What if I showed you a number that appears in the speed of sound, your brain structure, the structure of time itself, ancient depictions of God across every culture, and possibly the architecture of consciousness itself? Would you want to know what it is? Well, the number is 343. And for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you something that will make you fact check me immediately. And that's exactly what I want you to do. Because this is either the biggest pattern hiding in plain sight, or I'm completely wrong, and you can prove it in 5 minutes on Google. Let's find out together. Right now, sound is traveling through the air at a specific speed. In normal temperature, at sea level, 343 meters per second. Not 342, not 344, exactly 343 meters a second. You can verify this yourself. Google speed of sound. Check any physics textbook. Ask any scientist. This is measured, documented, undeniable. Every time you hear thunder after lightning, count the seconds. Divide by 3. That's how many kilometers away. Why? Because 1,000 meters divided by 343 meters a second equals 3 seconds per kilometer. Every sound you've ever heard traveled at 343 meters a second. Interesting number. Let's keep going. Your brain, second fact, also completely verifiable. Your brain's outer layer is organized into tiny vertical structures called cortical columns. Scientists can count the neurons in each column. The average across your cortex, approximately 343 neurons per column. You can verify this. Search cortical column neuron count. Read papers by Mountcastle. That's who discovered them. Neuroscience textbooks cite 80 to 500 depending on brain region. Average 343. Right now, as you read this, your brain is processing using groups of roughly 343 neurons. Same number twice. Sound, speed, and brain structure. Coincidence? Maybe, but let's add one more. Time itself. Third fact you can verify with a calculator. Take out your phone right now. 24 hours in a day divided by 7 days in a week. 24 divided by 7 equals 3.428571, which rounds to 3.43. The way we measure time, 24 hours, 7 days, creates the 343 pattern. When we say 24/7, open all the time, we're literally saying the 343 formula. But why 7 days in a week? Because ancient people observed 7 objects moving in the sky. Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn. 7 visible planets equals 7 days. Each day named after one. Look it up. Every language shows this. Monday, Moon Day, Saturday, Saturn Day, and so on. So now we have sound, 343 meters a second, brain, 343 neurons per column, time, 24 divided by 7 equals 343. 3 completely different fields, same number. Starting to feel less like a coincidence? But there's more. The number 7 appears everywhere. Music, count the notes. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. 7 notes. Why? Physics of sound harmonics creates exactly 7 harmonious frequencies. Every scale, every culture, every style. 7 notes. Light, rainbow colors. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. 7 colors. Why? That's how visible light wavelengths divide perceptually. Look at any rainbow. You'll count 7. Your body. Minor cuts heal in about 7 days. Medical observation. Pregnancy measured in 40 weeks. 7 times 40 days. Cell regeneration follows 7 to 14-day cycles. Earth itself. Schumann Resonance. 7.83 hertz, the planet's electromagnetic frequency. Measurable with instruments. Your brain's alpha waves. 8 to 13 hertz. Very close to Earth's 7.83 hertz, but 7 appears in time, music, light, biology, and Earth's frequency. And 343 is 7 cubed, 7 by 7 by 7. 7 takes it to the full 3-dimensional expression. So now, here's where it gets profound. What 343 actually means. This isn't just multiplication, it's dimensional. 7, 1 dimension, a line. 7 by 7, 49, 2 dimensions, a square. 7 by 7 by 7 equals 343, 3 dimensions, a cube. When you see 7 in simple patterns, days, notes, colors, 343 in complex 3D systems, sound, brain, quantum states, you're seeing the same base pattern at different levels of complexity. Like how computers, they use binary base 2. Reality might use base 7. Simple systems, 7. Complex systems, 343. But here's the really wild part. What if 434... What if 343 isn't random? What if it's the minimum amount of dimensions needed for consciousness to exist? Think about it. For you to be self-aware, you need something observing, who is aware, something being observed, what you're aware of, the act of observation itself, how awareness happens. That's 3 orthogonal dimensions, each with 7 degrees of freedom. 7 by 7 by 7 equals 343, dimensions for complete self-aware consciousness. And suddenly the pattern makes sense. Now I'm going to show you something that will blow your mind. Every ancient culture depicted their gods the same way. Now let's talk about something that's going to blow your mind. Look at ancient symbology. You can look up Buddha with the serpent, Egyptian gods with serpents, Hindu deities with coiled snakes, Ouroboros. You can even look up the MGM logo. You can look up the movie, I think it's the Never-Ending Story cover. And basically what you see is it's a coiled serpent. It's a figure surrounded by a coiled serpent. And we're told it's mystical symbolism. But what if they're showing us something literal? Look at the shape. A coiled in a circle, energy flowing up through the center, out the top, around the sides, back in the bottom. That's called a torus. It's the shape of your heart's electromagnetic field, documented by HeartMath Institute, Earth's magnetic field, galaxy structure, an apple's energy pattern. The torus is the fundamental shape of electromagnetic fields. Ancient artists weren't drawing mystical symbols. They're drawing the electromagnetic field around enlightened beings. The serpent equals electromagnetic energy. The coil equals torus geometry figure in the center equals consciousness generating in the field. But it gets even more incredible. The biblical revelation is Genesis 1:6 through 8. Describes God creating the firmament. Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. We're told physical dome in the sky, but look at the word firmament, firma, ment. Firma is strong, firm, solid. Ment, mind, intellect, judgment, consciousness. Firmament literally means strong mind or firm consciousness structure. Genesis isn't describing a physical dome. It's describing your dome, the consciousness structure that separates waters above, higher consciousness, spiritual awareness, and waters below, lower consciousness, material awareness. Firmament equals the structure that mediates between them. The 343 dimensional consciousness architecture is the firmament. God called the firmament heaven. Heaven isn't a place up there. Heaven is a consciousness state. Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Luke 17:21. Not metaphorical, literal. The firmament, consciousness structure, is inside you. You're not trying to get to heaven. You're trying to activate the heaven within. Now take this word, heart, H-E-A-R-T. Arrange the letters. Now you get E-A-R-T-H. Heart, earth. Same letters, same thing. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field, 40 to 60 times stronger than your brain's field, extends 8 to 10 feet from your body, measurable with scientific instruments, affects people near you. Your heart is generating an electromagnetic torus field. And what does that field do? It projects your experience of reality. You're not in a body on a planet. You're an electromagnetic consciousness field, centered in your heart, projecting your experience of both. Like a VR headset. You put on the headset, that your body avatar, experience a world, electromagnetic projection, interact with other players, overlapping fields. World seems real while you're in it. But you're not in the game. You're the consciousness playing the game. And when multiple consciousness fields overlap, we call that shared reality. Just like a multiplayer game, your heart is your earth. You're standing at the center of your electromagnetic field, experiencing your projection. Every ancient tradition was showing you this. The figure inside the serpent coil, the enlightened being with a halo, torus field from front view, God on the circular platform. That's the torus base. They all knew. You're not a powerless body in a random universe. You're an electromagnetic consciousness field projecting your experience through a 343 dimensional structure we call the firmament. Your heart is generating your earth. What you think, what you feel, what you believe, those aren't just thoughts or